Hello everyone and welcome to this week's edition of Women's World. Today we are very much honored and delighted to have with us Dr. Ghada Mohammed Aimer, professor at the Faculty of Engineering, Banha University, and also she is the vice president of the Science and Technology Institute.
Yes, right. Good morning.
Good day to you, Dr. Ghada. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much.
Well, we have a lot of questions for you, but let's take a look at your profile first and then we'll be right back. Stay with us.
Thank you.
Welcome back. Now, Ghada, you are a professor of electrical engineering, and engineering in general is a very challenging discipline, if I may say, for women and for girls. So why did you choose this particular field?
Yes, thank you for this very interesting question. Because when I was young, in my family, we only two daughters. We don't have boys, and always the family around us asked my father, "Where's your son?" So I asked him why they always all ask you about your son. He mentioned because he will make my name long-lasting. So I decided to go for any field for men, or to make challenge in myself and to enter the field that people mention that it's only for men.
For men.
Yeah.
Okay.
For that, I choose high voltage electrical engineering, and always I feel that we equal. We don't have anything to say this is for men and women or male or female. It's we can do it if we insist and put a target for ourselves.
And you got support from your family in this regard?
Yes, my father always and my mother always support me. You can do it. Go on, you can do it. So
Okay.
I feel that I'm lucky to have this great family, especially my father and also my mother. And also my sister, she always mentioned that you can do it, you can go for this and this. And even when I went to university and I mentioned to be in very difficult branch, high voltage, I told my father I need to go for this. All my friends, they mentioned no girls enter this field, it's only for boys. But my father, he mentioned to me, you will do it and you will be the alpha of your class, and I did this.
Alpha, again, it's related to engineering.
Yes, alpha, yeah. The first of my class. Yeah.
Again, okay, what are the courses or the studies that you pursued following your graduation?
Yeah, before my graduation, I focused to work with engineering in innovation and in entrepreneurship this for long time. I focused to do something for my community and to take a course to support the economical things related to the engineer, not only pure engineer. And they support me even when I became the head of electrical engineering department, to manage the department with looking for my community and looking how to change the department to connect it with the outside world, from outside the world from university.
Okay, what about your master's degree or a PhD? Did you try to pursue anything in this regard?
My master and PhD was from Cairo University, and it was in also an artificial neural network to detect the fault in high voltage transmission line. And I focused to make this study related to how to change the network in Egypt to make it update or upgrade.
Okay.
And then when I finished my PhD from Cairo University, I decided to go for research to study the effect of high voltage electrical engineering in the human body. And this was a new field.
This is a very new field.
Yeah, to enter and to connect the biotechnology or biofield with the engineering field.
Tell me a little bit more about
Yeah,
this.
I make some study regarding to see the field when enter the body of human body, what happened. So I noted...
You're talking about energy?
Not energy, the field, radiation that's coming inside the body. Because normally we are neutral in field. But when you sit a long time underneath the high voltage electrical engineering, your electricity of the body change, and this may cause some diseases like Alzheimer, like cancer, like something related to that.
Okay.
So I first make simulation of the human body and the simulation for high voltage, and because it's not allowed to do it in human body.
Of course.
Yeah. So I study this, and I see this really affect in proliferations for cancers, and it's accelerate the diseases. Also, I get some mice in the lab and make the simulation for the high voltage and make cage and put the mice, and I collaborate with the people in the science field, and I ask them to make analysis and to see what happened for the mice blood. And we proved that the mice blood changed to the leukemia with long time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So does this mean that certain professions, or if someone works a certain profession, this could actually affect the field of his body?
Yes, of course. Yeah. For this, there is a limitation for people to live or to stay a long time near the high voltage transmission line. It's more better to use it underground cable, not high voltage, especially when the people residential area, people where live. And I believe there is rules even in Egypt, but people unfortunately didn't take care about this, the people themselves, not the government. So I believe that we need to focus on this and make awareness for people to understand that it's very dangerous for them and for their kids. Also, it's sometimes it makes defect for genes. For babies also, that they maybe become with another disease for mental issues.
Okay. Since you were very much interested in science and research and so on, perhaps here in Egypt we have a problem when it comes to science. The children, some children, if not most of them, are not interested in science. They just like to pass the exam, but they are not interested in science because it does not involve a lot of activities. In your opinion, because you teach as well, how can we change this? How can we turn science into an interesting subject that actually works on stimulating analytical thinking and innovative thinking?
You know what? I believe science and innovation is lifestyle. Now we use science in everywhere in our life. I believe the problem in Egypt and the Middle East is the mother, the woman. She transfers what she feels, because most of women, unfortunately, they feel that they're not good in science. So they transfer this feeling to their kids. And for this, in this foundation, non-profit organization, we make like initiative to empower women in science and technology, even if her background not science. Because we make like a survey, and we see that women in science field, or the woman who is love science, her kids coming in the same field love science. Science is very easy, but unfortunately our education system needs to be improved to be attractive. It's not something like you have to do it like this, no, because our religion even asks us to think and to create and to see what happened. So if the science change to be interactive or to be like games, to be something like that, the kids will love this. So the problem between family and also the way that we educate our students or our kids how to teach with science.
You mentioned something very interesting, Heba, which is empowering women.
Yeah.
How can we do that?
Okay. Empowering women, it's a big field, and it's a very important field, because if you see about 2/3 of Arab families lead by women. So if you empower women to use science, even if she have no background in science, she can change the community. How we can empower them? By give them success story. Mention that you can do it. See this lady coming from this, for example, for me, I'm coming from countryside, from Tanta. And if anyone tell me that you will enter this is very difficult for you, I will sit and take this negative attitude or negative things, and I will say I cannot do it. But if we mention to her that this is lady coming from this countryside, normal education, and she become like that, she will start to do something. So we do conferences, networking, and also workshop to make capacity building in the Upper Egypt, in North Egypt, and mention people. We have a lot of success story in Egypt, and we need also the media to focus on this, like today.
Like this program.
Yes, I love this program, by the way.
Thank you.
Because it gives me positive energy that we have a lot of
Successful Egyptian
successful
women.
power women that make a little bigger change in the community.
Okay.
So in this organization we do this, and now we make a program to learn the people in the countrysides how they can use new technology like Instagram, Facebook to sell their products and to communicate with outside South country, and also to know new information and teach herself how she can improve her products and to be proudly made in Egypt.
That's interesting. Ghada, you were nominated as the personality. You actually won the personality of the year for 2015 by Muslim Science magazine based in the UK, and also you were listed among 100, the most 100 or top 100 influential Arab women for 2015 by Arabian Business, and you were on the list of the top 20 women in science, the most influential in the Islamic world so tell me more about these awards or the way you were honored.
Yeah. When I start my career, I work in university, and I focus to take the degree that I have to take to promote to get the promotion. But lastly, I found I don't do anything for community. For this, I got to know that I have to be volunteer in some organization to support my community. Plus, I'm also go for career for research and teaching students. When I start working with the NGO, non-profit organization to help my community, I started to change my mentality even into how to run my research. So I work in programs inside the Middle East and the Arab region to support poor people by using technology, by using science. And this makes completely difference in my mind. So when you start to feel what you are doing with the people and they change their way of life or how they can gain money by using science, this makes me happy and start working, and I get the recognition not because of me, because Egypt have a lot of people working more better than me. But what I connect myself with the community. For this, I get the recognition from CRDF in USA, and I nominated to be one of Arab American frontiers in engineering and power engineering. Then I continue working, because when you get the first reward, you feel that you have a lot of responsibility.
You need to go for the second step.
Yeah, and you have a lot of responsibility toward your community.
Yes.
And every time you feel very proud that you are Egyptian. You are very proud you are coming from this, for example, for me from Tanta. I feel that I'm very proud to be stick with my roots.
Okay.
For this, I believe, if you trust yourself and you have target to community, not yourself, you will gain money, you will gain position, you gain the big prize that you can imagine.
Okay, you also won the first place among the top 50 Arab women in pioneering in 2014, and you won Best CV in Science and Technology in the first conference that was held in Dubai. So you got an experience to interact with women from all around the region, the Arab region. Do you think that Egyptian women have the same potential as women all over the region, or how do you see it?
Yeah, the Egyptian women, I believe that we have a big opportunity to lead, because we are concentrated, we are very intelligent, and also we stand and always fight to prove ourselves. And we are good mothers, I believe in this. And also, if you see many not educated women have 4th or 5th engineering or doctor. So Egyptian woman, she is a leader, but we need to change her profile or figures inside the media, and make, for example, movie as Samira Musa or some leaders happen in Egypt.
As an example.
As an example, yeah. And I'll take anyone from success story from Said or from Upper Egypt, from any countryside, and mention this lady doing this and this and this. This is very important.
Okay.
Yes, we can prove ourselves because we are concentrated, and we also have the passion to do a change for Egypt especially after 2011. I believe every mother or every female in Egypt, she feels that she is responsible to support the youth, because as a mother, I'm always take care about my family.
Okay.
So if I change myself and be positive, not
You won
negative.
also Ideal Mother in 2009.
Yeah, for student support, yeah, in my university. Yes, this is very important, I believe, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I want to ask you a question. As the Vice President of the Arab Science and Technology Foundation, how do you see the role of innovation here in Egypt, in scientific research, of course, because this seems to be one of the major problems hindering progress and development when it comes to scientific research and innovation?
Yeah, in the past, not too long, from 3 or 5 years, we're really facing a problem inside university because we don't have the ecosystem to take the idea to the market. We always, in the university, we are only published for international journals, for international recognition, but this never happened to help your community or to improve project or to solve a problem or change a mentality even. But now I believe after a lot of initiative coming from His Highness, the President of Egypt, he mentioned that we need to support innovation and we support the initiative. I started, there is a lot of efforts happen now to connect market with the university.
Exactly.
And this is very important because it's not a choose.
This is the main problem.
Yeah, the main problem that we have no choice. We have
to qualify the students for the market.
Students, and the mention to them, you will go outside to create your job, not to find your job.
Exactly.
You have to do your mentality to do something for your country, not wait the country do for you, because it's your country. It's not, yeah, it's very important.
Well, it's been very interesting talking to you, Dr. Ghada. Thank you very much for coming. We had today with us our dear guest, Ghada Mohammed Aimer, Professor of Electrical Engineering, Banha University, Faculty of Engineering, Banha University, and Vice President of the Arab Science and Technology Foundation. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you.
And thank you, dear viewers, for being with us in this edition of Women's World. I'm Hala Al-Hamalawi. Have a good day.